rain 40%. And for Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-80s. Mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 80s. Light and variable winds becoming east around 5 miles.
Howdy guys, how's it going? So it is time for another 1 month gear check-in. It's been approximately 1 month since we come out and did an overnighter setting up this CRUA Hammock tent. And we're here to do another overnighter with it. And you know, I had no clue if this thing was even still standing, but it looks like the night that we set it up. I don't see any issues with it. Just, you know, a bit of stretching in the webbing, and that's going to happen, you know, with any type of shelter system. And so I just tautened that up a bit, but I'd left this USMC pad in here. It was really thin. I did remember that I left that, even though I don't think we're going to need it. It's just been unbearably hot and humid. I mean, I am dripping right now. But we have that for the comfort and the wee bit of insulation. And then I, you know, got a Woobie blanket with me, but we probably won't even need it. And we ain't supposed to be getting any precipitation, so I don't plan on setting up a tarp. You know, this is a hanging hammock tent, so we will be covered from any dew or anything that does drop. But I'm hoping that I can leave this side rolled up and probably roll even the other side up, just so we can have some cross ventilation tonight. Yeah, I brought out a kerosene lamp, well, an oil lamp with me, and we'll talk about that in a bit because I'm sure this has already caught your eye because this is just a work of art. But yeah, I'll get my chair and stuff set up, and I know I probably already showed you guys up close. Other than some bird poop on the other side, there's no signs of stress or anything. We've had some heavy thunderstorms, some nights with really high winds, so very impressed with how well this has held up. The past few 1 month and even 2 months in the mountains that we've done have mainly been with hammocks, just because that's a little bit. That just tends to be what I've decided to leave up in the areas that I've been able to set these up for extended periods of time. And I brought something else new out with me that is very unnecessary, but I wanted to bring it just to play around with it. So let's get to it. Oh, I decided to pack in, I just take and turn the light on right there, let's turn that off. But yeah, I decided to pack in the Sanjin radio. I don't think I've included this in any content yet, but despite how big and heavy it looks, it's actually pretty lightweight. But it's got a lot of cool you know, weather and emergency functions, and I wanted to bring it because I don't have good service at this location, so I just wanted a way to be able to you know, hear the weather, get weather updates, because in the mountain things can change relatively quickly. And I just took for a tarp, I just brought out, this is that new tarp I just got from Better Bushcraft. It's the Helicantex Super Tarp Small. Just something big enough to cover a seating area if a random storm rolled through. Right there, that's our mystery item for today. Tried and true Pike Trail ultralight chair. Oh, And yeah, here's a quick look at the inside of the hammock. I mean, as you can see, everything is in working order. There's no, condensation or moisture that's got trapped underneath the pad, because the first night that whenever we did stay in this the last time, because of the wet weather, some water did drip inside, and then it kind of collected up underneath here, and it was just very moist under there. But that was just because the way I had this set up, because we was testing the waterproofness of the rainfly on this tent, and it held up good. I mean, as you can see, we had some water pooling right here, and that's just because of the way that I ended up setting this portion of the front and the foot and the head of this thing, setting it up. And there is a much better way that I could do that, and I will next time. So I'll make sure that this gets dried off before we pack it up in the morning. So now in this dry bag here, we got something that I've not, tree fly, I don't think I've ever even used it for hunting. Definitely not used it in content, because this is one of the first ones of these I've ever bought. But here I have got some ultralight Flectarn camouflage netting that I got off of militaryfirst.com. I think the name of the company is Camo Systems, and then I'll have to put the dimensions of this particular netting on the screen, because I don't remember off the top of my head, but it is just extremely long, or at least longer than I need it to be. I'm probably going to end up cutting this in half, because I can always combine the two sections. But I thought this Flectarn camouflage would be a good, just a good overall mix for, here in the eastern woodlands, because I think with this kind of matte finish it has, it'll be good for summertime, because it still's got a lot of green in it, but because of the matte finish and the brown that's a part of it, I can still use this during fall and winter in in certain locations, just depending on the lay of the land, and for whenever I'm doing some hunting. So I want to throw this over the hammock just to see what this looks like, and then we might try to string this up and arrange it in a different fashion, just for the fun of it. But this is going to get half of the forest floor trapped up in between these gaps. Okay, I mean, from a distance, that does help break up the outline of that hammock a decent bit. But now, whenever you use netting like this, you do want to avoid the straight lines. And so with the hammock, there's not a lot you could do to fix that. I could take and put some sticks and branches up in underneath it and kind of wad this up a bit more to help with that. But the color does blend in pretty dang well. You would just want to take and kind of get this more bunched together. So I guess that's part of the reason why you have the excess length whenever you get into this, because the width of this is, I think, just about 5 to 6, maybe about 6.5 feet tall, and that's why, and that's so that these can be set up quick and easy as like hunting blinds to sit or stand behind. This serves no purpose other than me just fooling around with it. But I'm gonna come up with some cool things to do with this camo netting, just because I really want to. And I think it has some decent potential. But kind of doubling it up like that is really where it's at, because you can kind of see the difference between some of that folded over on itself versus when you have it really stretched out. And now I do want to get this radio turned on. So yeah, and this serves a lot of different functions. One, entertainment. Obviously I can't play music because YouTube and copyright and all of that jazz. But you do have a light. You kind of got like a floodlight, and then you got your spotlight, and then the red light. Got your SOS. It does make a sound. I'm not going to do that for anybody that might be using headphones. But the other cool thing is this is Bluetooth compatible, so I can connect my phone to it. If you have an aux device, a device that still has an aux output, then you can plug it in. All of that stuff's over here, plus this acts as a battery bank. Then we'll turn the power on.
50%.
And I've already got it on the weather band.
Forecast for the mountains. For Saturday, mostly clear. Highs in the mid-80s. Lows in the mid-60s. For Saturday night, partly cloudy.
So it's got all the weather channels preset so you can kind of shift through them. And if there's any
For
like
Sunday
emergency
night, mostly
alerts or
cloudy with
information.
a chance of thunderstorms. A chance of showers.
But yeah, so we got that sitting and it can chill beside us. And now before it gets dark on us, I wanted to show you guys this 100% brass lantern. So I know those of y'all that have been around have seen that on a few of my past overnighters. I've took like a hurricane lantern with me, and it's just, those have just been some antique ones that painted red. Like now you can buy cheap knockoffs, but whenever I've looked online for new like remade lanterns on Google, I had to go down like all the way to the bottom of the first page before I was even able to begin to find some that was that looked of decent quality. And then I stumbled across this company called Vermont Lanterns, and they make some of the just most beautiful like brass lanterns, all different styles. I ended up, I've got four different ones. This is a railroad style, I believe. But yeah, the tank just comes off the bottom. You just screw that around and light it, which we'll do here in a second so you guys can see it. But for all the people that really enjoyed seeing you know, just the ambiance of having these lanterns. Is that a tick? Jesus, if that's a tick, that's like the smallest one I've seen this year. Anyways, whatever, we're going to kill that because that is a very tiny creature that could cause some problems. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can find a stick that we can stick in the ground so we can have this hanging around head level whenever we're sitting and chilling. Yet to light this, it's a little bit different than like your standard hurricane style lantern. I'm just going to twist that. And then our whole tank comes out. And I put a butane insert into my Zippo. Lower that a bit. There we go. That's only the second time I've done that with this lantern, so that's why that was a bit choppy, but I'm sure after you do it a few times you get the hang of it. Really cool piece of gear, and that's going to look really awesome tonight.
Rain 40%. And for Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-80s. Here are the 5 p.m. observations for the region. At the Piedmont Triad Airport, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 85 degrees.
So yeah, one thing that I'm already getting a lot of use out of from a recent unboxing is this little EDC pouch from Better Bushcraft. I've got a ferro rod, some fire plugs, some MRE matches and things like that in here that whenever I'm carrying this stuff in my cargo pocket, just makes it a lot easier to keep all together. Because we got rain yesterday, there's still a bit of moisture on the inside of these, but I'm going to see if we can get them lit up since there's a bit of sap on them. Should do the trick. So yeah, having this little pouch really handy. Yeah, don't want a large fire. I just kind of want it more for the smoke. Aggravating me to death. I also want to burn out the inside of our soup can just to keep the smell down, to prevent any animals from coming around.
Mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 80s. Light and variable winds becoming east around 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Thursday night, mostly clear. Lows in the mid-60s. Southeast winds around 5 miles per hour in the evening, becoming light and variable. Friday, mostly sunny.
Oh, alrighty. So before we crawl in the sack, we are going to use one of these bad boys. And these are a godsend this time of year whenever you're just constantly leaking sweat and the humidity's so high. These Clean Freak body wipes. And then I've got a Wind Rider sun shirt that is very breathable and comfortable that I'm going to change into. So I'm just going to wipe myself down with these. Alrighty guys, well it is time to hit the hay. I've got all of that stuff situated. I got the chair right here because I'm planning on setting my boots in our chair. Oh yeah, I think this is going to be another very comfortable night's sleep. And last time I didn't put my bag in here, but even this larger Tasmanian tiger pack, I think I can't see me, but it fills up the foot area very nicely. It leaves me room right here at the top. I've got a pillow with me, but with having the bag down there, the way that this kind of bows slightly, my head is like at the perfect level and elevation of where I like it to be, so I'm going to kind of try to go without it. It is still extremely humid right now, but that's just part of the fun you got to deal with. And I've got, I got that radio. I can actually set it right here and drift off to some tunage. So yeah, it's been another good evening. Should be an equally good night. And I will touch base with all of y'all first thing in the morning after waking up. So until then, good night. Oh, well, good morning, guys. How's it going? Got to a point now where the sun's shining right through the side panel of my mesh, so it's time to get up. I did kind of stay lounging in here this morning. It is just now 10:25, so got to get up very soon because that humidity and everything is really going to just lay the blanket down. But all in all, like around 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. is when the humidity kind of subsided a bit last night, and it became really comfortable, because before that it was just a bit unpleasant in here after laying for a bit. I should have went out and opened up this other side for that cross ventilation that I mentioned kind of early on at the very beginning of the video, but I just went with having this one side, and because there really was no breeze at all. It was just like a really, really still night. It's a really still morning. But yeah, the temp feel today is going to be getting to around, I think, 95 degrees, 96 degrees with like 90+% humidity. So I want to get up, get out, like get everything packed, and just and head out before it gets too bad. So yeah, the CRUA Hammock, 2 thumbs up. You know, been in the mountain over a month. Not a single issue to take note of. I want to use this in a tent configuration soon. I got some other pieces of gear I want to take and test out though that I've not got around to yet. I got a Hennessy hammock that we need to break out and take it on its first outing. But that's kind of the way the weather is. Hammocks is the way to go, but we'll still do some BB camping and get all of that mixed in there. And hopefully we can get some nights where there is some cool fronts rolling through. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to thumbs up button. Subscribe if you have not already. Share the channel with your friends, family, and enjoys good old outdoor activities and gear. Be sure to hit me in that comment section. Thoughts, opinions, questions, whatever you feel like typing out. And yeah, the gear list, as always, is going to be down in the video description, so check that out if you're interested in any of the gear. It should take you to where you need to be to purchase it. Best deal, best prices, and anytime I can hook y'all up with discount codes, I will do so. So till the next one, guys, adios.